Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Man with Untitled Mysteries. How are you guys doing? All I'm hearing is let the church say amen. So let me clear the chakras, okay? Welcome family. Okay, look, I'm not gonna be pulling cards during this lesson. This is actually a lesson, a teaching moment. God has placed it upon my heart. He's instructed me directly to teach 1 Corinthians 4:8, which is love. We know that God is love. So, therefore, Father God, I ask that you go before me, before I teach your message of love. How y'all doing, collective? I love you. I love you. I love you too, Spirit. I love you, God. I love you, collective. Somebody could be missing me, though. Even though I'm not doing tarot right now. In other news, somebody's missing you. They feeling like, where is their true love? Okay, look. Let me give y'all 1 Corinthians 4:8. Okay? Excuse me, y'all. And welcome back. I hope you guys have a great return or had a great return on your return, okay? 1 Corinthians 4:8 states, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. Excuse these bugs flying through here, y'all. They up, we up. Look, I got a front door. You know, me and my children, we be in and out because I live in the country. All right. But apparently they want to make their presence. Maybe body. Maybe you guys got somebody in your presence that want to fly through right quick. But let me go back to what love is. See somebody trying to intercede this reading. The energy real. I mean, I am who I am, so I have to teach in every aspect that I teach. So I cannot neglect the tarot aspect, the medium aspect, the energy that I'm channeling. Okay, so we're gonna start over. 1 Corinthians 4:8. Let's not be distracted, family. Talking to self, but talking to y'all as well. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Love never fails. I'm going to read 1 Corinthians 4:8 again, okay? Before I go into this lesson, family. Excuse me, Mr. Gemini here somewhere. It's a messenger. I am the messenger right now. It's a messenger in here. Some of you guys could be messengers or public speakers or things of that nature. Virgo as well, present cause. Mercury rules communication, which rules Virgo and Gemini. Now, let's stay focused. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Love never fails. First Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8. Now, Spirit has called me to ask a few questions because this lesson is God is love. So my first question is, how do you treat the people you love? How do you treat the people you love? Now we're going to go look up the word treatment. Treatment is because we're asking, how do you treat the people you love? So treatment means the manner in which someone behaves toward or deals with someone or something. Question, how do you treat the people you love? How do you deal with the people you love? How do you behave toward something or someone you love? Treatment, medical care given to a patient for an illness or injury. When someone that you love feels sick or ill, how do you treat that person when they're sick or ill? Treatment, a session of medical care or the administration of a dose of medicine. The way something is considered and examined. How do you treat the people you love? How do you examine them? When you examine that person through love, if you're examining this person through love, how do you diagnose that person? So what is your perception of that person? How do you see them after you've made an assessment, a diagnose, a session assessment of medical care, of the administration of a dose of medicine, the way something is considered and examined? So if you done looked at this person and been with this person, or you are in a relationship with somebody or something, your cat, pet, dog, because the next question is, do you treat them as things or objects? So treatment is, how do you take care of something? How do you love it? How are you responsible for it? Okay, treatment, the use of drugs, exercise, etc. to cure a person of an illness or injury. Okay, I'm going to read that last context of treatment again, the last definition. Treatment, the use of drugs, exercise, etc. to cure a person of an illness or injury. So, once you diagnose, a session, treatment, a session of medical care or the administration of a dose of medical, the way something is considered and examined. After you've taken an assessment of this person, what type of drug, what is your weight of affection, which would be type of drug, because if you treat something like a doctor would treat it, they would prescribe a drug. So if you're prescribing a drug in love, what is your prescription to how you treat this person? Meaning, if a person is heartbroken, how do you treat them heartbroken? If a person is having a bad day, how do you approach the conversation to see how they're feeling? That is your drug to get ready to cure the situation. Like exercise would be a form of meditation. That could be a drug as well, an addiction, because drugs are addiction. And love could be an addiction, which could turn into obsession. So how do you treat love? How do you value love? When you view love, what is your context of love? What is your context of God? Because God is love. How do you treat God? How do you treat yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you have self-love? Because you cannot love other people if you don't love yourself. And even if you had a baby, a child, if you don't love yourself, you do not love your child. This is law. This is the law of God. Now, how do you treat the people you love? Since we got the definition on love, rewind the video. The definition on treatment. Rewind the video if you need to go back through the definition. How do you treat the people you love? Do you treat them as things or objects, such as vehicles and shoes and clothes? Because we know those things will perish. So do you treat a person, because you know in the physical that they came from the earth, and our body comes from the earth. So you know that a person will go back to the earth. So do you just treat them like an object and you don't see any value in that person? Such as vehicles and shoes and clothes. toys, or any type of accessories. So do you treat people like things, earrings, toys, vehicle, clothes, shoes, things that you can replace? Okay. Do you treat God like he can be replaced? Because God is love. Do you treat people in that same manner? In the same manner as clothes, shoes, and objects? How do you value God? Next question. How do you value yourself? Next question. These are questions that you need to ask yourself after you watch this video. Are people as easy to replace as objects and things? Can you easily replace a person as you can a pair of shoes? Even our pets should hold some type of value in high regards because it has a soul. If you mistreat your animal and you get locked up for animal cruelty, that's God punishing you because animals have a soul just like people. And y'all watch Dr. Doolittle, so y'all see how he had to save them animals. So quit neglecting your animals, talking to them, get on dog, go, or kicking at it, move, move. But you got the animal, you don't see about it, you don't take care of it. The way you treat the animal, sometimes God will give you a pet to first see if you need to have an actual child. Because if you can't take care of a pet, which ain't the same species as a human, how can you care for a child? Do you mistreat your pets or children out of frustration? Where is your patience? Do you have patience with God? Do you believe that he'll do the things he said he'll do? Do you trust? Do you have the patience? Are you patient enough to see if he'll do what he said he will do? Have you looked into your children's eyes? Have you looked into their eyes, your children or your pets, and felt the presence of God? Have you took the time to look in somebody's eyes, your children or your pets, and felt their heart? Because God lives on our heart. He resides in our heart. That's the throne where God sits on the throne. He judges us by our hearts, what's truly in our hearts. Now, have you taken the time to look in one of your children's eyes or your pet's eyes or all of your children's eyes to hear their heart, to see the energy that's on them, the hurt, the pain? Have you listened? Have you listened to God? Because if you listen, that's what God is. Then you'll hear what he needs. Not what you want, what you desire for that person, but what God desires for that person inside that body, in that temple. Because God lives in all of us. So he know what he needs inside all of us. And he know more than anything, he need love. Because he is love. And if you have not taken the time to look in your child's eyes, to be honest with them, to tell the truth and answer questions or have patience, you have not taken the time to have patience with God. That means you have not taken the time for yourself. You don't love yourself. You have not corrected yourself. That means you have not allowed God to correct you. But you say you love him. How do you love God? How do you treat the people you love or your pets? Things with life, your plants. How do you treat them? The heart or the hurt of God. Have you looked into their eyes, your pets or children, and felt the presence of God? The heart or the hurt of God. Because God lives on our heart. So have you felt his pain through your animals, through your children, through your pets, through your plants? Dog, D-O-G, is God, G-O-D, backwards. How do you treat love? How do you treat God? How do you treat God? How do you treat him? As high as a God or as low as a dog? Just cause he on the ground. You had to crawl before you learned how to walk. So you used to be on the ground, but God raised you up. How do you treat God? He raised you up to walk and then made you faster to run. He made you better. But do you treat him as he made you better? Do you thank him for those abilities? How do we expect God to treat us? John 17:23. I and he and me. I and he and me. Top, bottom, left, right. I and he and me. Don't that make a cross if you're paying attention? Do we care for our bodies in a manner in which God can live in it? Do you brush your teeth? Got death in your mouth every day, talking bad, speaking down, brush your teeth, take care, purify yourself, things of that nature. Wash your face, keep your hair up, change your clothes on the regular, take showers, take spiritual baths. Find out what it is that go inside a spiritual bath to baptize yourself, to purify yourself so God can live in that temple. Drinking water. People that smoke cigarettes, you don't need cigarettes. God can he can barely speak. He can barely tell you what to do. And if he can barely speak through you, cause communication, he the messenger. And Gemini, the fifth chakra, the throat, rules communication, sound, cause God said walk by faith and not by sight. So even a blind man can tell you something that way. Now, if you smoking these cigarettes and things polluting your vocal cords, your ability to speak, that's if God inside there and look at him in the format of a hologram, he's still in there, even though all you see is a bite out here in the flesh. Inside yourself, look inside yourself and think about if God can live in that. Ooh, women that smoke cigarettes through their pregnancy. Father God, forgive them for they know not what they do. I and he and me. Do we love God enough to better ourselves so he can be alive inside our body? Because if you spiritually dead, if God can't live in that, if you ain't taking care of your body, you spiritually dead. That mean ain't no God in you controlled by a demon, a devil, an entity. Because God cleanliness is next to godliness. The cleaner you are from the inside of your body, the cleaner it'll show in your life from the outside. If your spirit ain't clean inside this body, inside this house, then your house outside, your cars and clothes and trucks and shoes and all that shit gonna be dirty too. Cause God don't live in that. Cause he can't live in no dirty house. He done departed from your ass. Do okay. So do we love God enough to better ourselves so he can be alive in us to get his work and will done? How do we treat love? For God is love. How do we treat love? For God is love. So these are some questions you need to ask yourself, family. You need to go over 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 through 8. And I love you. Make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. Keep your spiritual temple clean, so that God can reside inside you, so that he can use you. Okay? Don't be used up by the devil. If you guys would like to donate to my channel, cash out me. That's Eternal Believer 1111. Also, family, yeah, all that'll be in my description box, along with my email. So check my description box for my email and my cash out. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And hug somebody and tell somebody you love them today. And drink some water. Okay? I love you, family. Peace, peace.